We just told you that the man charged with killing a New York City police officer was found guilty at all counts. Let's listen into the press conference that's being held outside the courthouse right now.
A just and right decision. We thank them for taking this as seriously as every New York City police officer does. We want to thank the Moore family for showing all New Yorkers how it is to survive, the courage to go on patrol, knowing that it may be their last. We're paid to do this job. Our families are not. Their courage is overwhelming and give us all the strength we need to do this difficult job. The district attorney's office, which took every fact, articulated it, and was able to tell the true story of what happened on that street to our hero. To our court officers who stood in that courtroom and make sure everyone's rights were protected and protected us as we sat in those pews. Today's a day that we should all reflect on the fact that as we speak here today, there's police officers on patrol protecting our right to say what we believe, worship where we choose, love who we like, and they're willing to put themselves, their families at risk to do it. This tragedy is not new to New York City police officers, but we need the public to start standing up and protecting and defending and supporting our families and our police officers like this jury did. It's my honor to introduce the father of police officer Brian Moore to say a few words.
Thank you. I'd just like to say I really appreciate all the support that's been given to Brian this past couple of weeks, especially from Pat and the rest of the PBA. And I'm really happy with the verdict that came down from the jury. It just shows what I've known all along, that this animal gunned down my son, and now he has to spend the rest of his life in jail. And however, when I go home today, although this is a good day and a good verdict, Brian's still not going to be there in my house when I get home. And I want to thank everybody for all the support. Thank you very much.
Brian's mother, who lost her son.
I'd like to thank everybody that came here today to show your support for such a tragic, tragic loss. The loss of a fine young man, my son, gunned down at 5 years old. Thank you very much to the members of the jury for finding this convicted repeat felon guilty of murder in the first degree. I'd like to also thank the members of the entire team of the District Attorney's Office, the NYPD, and all of Brian's fellow brothers and sisters in the 105 precinct. And yes, at the end of the day, I did lose my son. At the end of the day, there was justice done for Brian's killing, but it is a hole and it is a void that will never, ever be filled. And I hope that this never happens to anyone else ever again. Thank you very, very much.
We should also remember that when we empty out of this courthouse today, these same police officers that stand behind us will be in a radio car, on a foot post, on the platform, and the stairwells of every one of our neighborhoods. So remember, support them like they always support you. Questions?
Brian's parents for a long time from the incident until now. Just briefly talk about the journey that you went through the moment you found out about the incident.
Answer what you like if you don't, that's fine too.
It has been a very long time. It has been a very long journey. They had quite a job to do. There was a lot of evidence that was presented to them that they were able to decipher and go through. And you know what? Given that verdict today, it just, the 2.5 years that have gone by, I can't say it didn't feel like 2.5 years. It feels like 100 years. But the right decision was made, and I'm just, more than grateful to them and also to everybody else that's been working on this case.
How do you hope your son is remembered? He obviously was a very accomplished officer, and it's just 5 years making detective. But as a mom, I mean, what do you hope the public remembers about your son?
You know what? When he went out to work that day, for him it was like every other day that he went out to work. He didn't know that that was going to be the last day for him. None of us knew. And you know what? He got separated from his family now at 25 years old. He got separated from us for the rest of his life, the rest of my life. And everybody knows what kind of a police officer he is and was because of all the testimony that's been given. But Brian, as the person, was one of the greatest human beings that really was on this planet. Very full of life, very full of fun. Everybody wanted to be around him. Everybody loved him. And, he will always be missed. Obviously, he's in here, he's there, and he will be missed from everybody.
How does the support of what you see behind you help you get through that?
You know what? There is a lot. That's a great question because I feel like I'm able to stand here because of all of the support of everyone behind me, of course, friends and family, and it really means like the world to somebody when they're faced with a tragedy like this. So, yeah.
Sentencing happens next month. You guys will have a chance to
Right.
say something to
Right.
Blackwell. Do you know what you want to say to him? What would you do?
I need a little time to think about that. Yeah.
If I had a conversation with Blackwell, I'd like to have the same conversation he had with his son. I'd like to walk up to him, tell him, yeah, I got something for you, and put 2 bullets in his head. That's from an ex-sergeant on the NYPD. That's what I would like to do.
I want to take this opportunity for all of you for covering this important thing and remind everyone the reason you can do your job is because they do theirs. Thanks to each and every one of you taking the last 3 weeks to fill in those pews to make sure this mutt knows when you attack one of us, you've attacked all of us. God bless you. Have a safe tour. Be careful out there.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Want to go back in?